Yo, what up? It's Food for Thought Thursdays. It's your girl Fresh. Today we're talking about jealousy, the ugliest trait. So when it comes to jealousy, I kind of want to hit two parts about it because some of us are on one side of the fence and others are on the other side. So when it comes to having a jealous mindset, it'll only do one thing, and that is destroy you. Being jealous of other people, it'll never get you to where you want to be. And we've all been there at some point in time. We've always seen someone who has something that we want. There will always be someone who is a step above us. I mean, no matter what. And we can't continue to live a life of chasing and envying the next person and trying to get there and do this and do what they have, because we weren't created to compete in that type of way. We weren't created to look in somebody else's lane and figure out what it is that they're doing and how I can get there in a negative way because I'm jealous of them. So being jealous it'll only turn you cold. It'll only turn your insides out. You know, it'll make you start doing things that you wouldn't normally do. It'll make you start acting in ways that you aren't really used to yet. You've seen the movies where somebody's jealous of another character, and in the crazy movies, somebody ends up killing them because they're jealous of them. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get to that extent, but if you bring it back to real life, there's a possibility that you might do something that you'll regret later because you were simply jealous. Now, jealousy is the root of another problem. Jealousy can be the root of insecurity. Jealousy can be the root of misunderstanding of yourself and lack of confidence. And we don't really want to have the mindset of jealousy because it's not going to get us to where we want to be. So you can't be a better you and a bitter you. Okay, so it's like oil and water. They just won't. It's like faith and fear. They don't collide. You can't be better and be bitter. Oh, it's like holding a grudge. You can't forgive somebody and still hold a grudge at the same time. It just doesn't work. So in order to be better, we have to be like, shoot, let them do them. Congratulations to you. Keep doing you. I'm going to do me. It may take you longer to get to where you need to be. You may have to go through some different obstacles and face some different challenges before you reach the pinnacle, before you reach success, however you may define it. That's a whole nother video later. But it might not have taken them that long. God might have just blessed them. But you can't get mad at yourself. You can't get mad at them. And you definitely cannot get mad at God because of where somebody else is in their life or because of what somebody else might have. We were all placed at different levels in our life. We've all gone through different things. But being jealous of somebody else because of this will not get you to where you want to be. In fact, it'll keep you where you are and push you backwards. You will decrease in your achievements because you won't be able to pay attention to you. You won't be able to focus on what it is that you're doing because you're so focused on somebody else, because your mindset is shifted to being angry, to being envious, to being jealous. Okay, so it's an ugly trait for a reason, and nobody likes a jealous person. But then there are some people when it comes to relationships that they get flattered over jealousy. But then at the same time, it's not the best emotion to feel. Nobody likes to be jealous. And some of us will live underneath jealousy for so long, like that just becomes who we are. And another word for jealous is being a hater. So on the flip side of things, if you're someone who's out there doing you and you're focused and God is just shining favor over your life, or you're just out there grinding and you're doing what you need to do in order to get to where you got to get, and there's people who may be jealous of you, you can't focus on them, because the more you start to shift your attention from your goals and your dreams and your visions to people who are jealous of you, that's when you're going to start to veer the other direction. Okay, so it's just like you're driving in a car. If I keep looking this way, but I'm trying to go forward, I'm going to gradually take the steering wheel this way, and then your life's going to end up on the other trail. So you don't want to get caught up into the naysayers and the haters and those who doubt you, because they're not going to get you to where you want to be. Again, you can't be a better you and a bitter you. So my advice is pretty much what you got to do is you got to put on your beats, and you got to say beats on to the haters. and literally go on and keep it pushing. And for those who have beats, you know what I'm talking about. You can't hear anybody. You got to be able to live your life where you're not listening to what the haters have to say, because there might come a time when you get caught up in it. And if you're on the path for better, you can't afford to get caught up into what negative people have to say. Everybody's going to be a critic. Everybody's going to have advice, but you got to have the few people who will criticize you constructively and help you get to where you want to be, because not everybody is like that. There's going to be some critics who have never even done anything close to what you've done or accomplished anything close to, but yet they will nitpick you until the day that they die. But then there's others who have achieved certain things or who truly love you and who will criticize you because they want to see better for you. So those, you have to be able to distinguish between the two. So if you're doing you, keep doing you. You got to say to the haters, you know what I'm saying? You got to be like, I can't hear you. And you got to be in your zone so loud to where you can't even hear your own voice. And you're like, I can't hear you over my success. I can't hear you over my passion. I can't hear you over my dreams. I can't hear you over my goals. I'm keeping it pushing. I'm doing me. I'm getting better regardless of what anybody else has to say. And we got to be able to live with that mindset day in and day out. Is I'm not going to let anybody else get in my way. I'm not going to let jealous people, haters, whatever it is that you want to call them, step in between me and my goals. And then those, again, if you're jealous, you got to be able to get on the right path. Stop looking at those who are doing, start doing you, okay? Because the same grace, the same mercies, the same blessings, the same favor that's available to them is available to you. You just got to shift your mindset and get under it, okay? So don't be mad at me for doing me. Be mad at yourself for not doing you, okay? We weren't made to compete with each other. We're made to compete within ourselves and link up with each other. So I would say get out there and just continue to do you for those who are doing you. And if you're not doing you, you got to start doing it. Stop wishing that you had what everybody else had and get out there and get it, okay? But do it for the right reasons. Don't do it because you're jealous. Really search for what your passion is. Really search for what your dreams are. And so what if it's not the same as somebody else's, because you weren't created to be. There's not one thing on this earth that is alike, and you weren't created to be like someone else. And so find out what your true passion is. Get out there and do it. Don't be jealous. This is Food for Thought Thursdays. Make sure to hook up with me next week. It'll be the last week of January, talking about mindset. Then we'll be going into February, the month of love. So you know you don't want to miss that. We'll be doing a lot of stuff. And then February 2nd, I got a special video coming out on a Saturday, and you don't want to miss that either. Really trying to be transparent with you all. So thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with me. Food for Thought Thursdays. It's your girl Fresh. Peace. Love you.